Hi, I'm Mike Brady from Baby Milk Action, an organisation working to protect breastfeeding and to protect babies who are fed on formula. Protect from what, you may ask? From the formula companies, which make a necessary product but cause great suffering by pushing it in ways that undermine breastfeeding and keep important information from mothers who decide to use formula. We work with partners around the world in the International Baby Food Action Network, or IBFAN, to stop this. We want formula to be sold responsibly, and that means companies should follow rules set by the World Health Assembly. You can help this work by one simple action. Add your voice to the 1 Million campaign. This is a campaign begun by our partners in India. It aims to be a global people's movement to demand protection, promotion and support for women to breastfeed. 1 million voices raised around the world calling on our leaders to take action. All you have to do is sign the petition at 1millioncampaign.org. There you will also find posters such as this and information on why action is so very, very important. About 10 million of the world's children die every year before they reach their 5th birthday. That is over 27,000 per day, or over 1,100 per hour. Of these, over a third, more than 450, are less than a month old. Evidence tells us that good breastfeeding practices can save thousands of these babies. The trouble is that formula companies push formula to increase their own profits. This is an example from South Africa. It is a promotion for Nestlé's new formula and appeared on the shelves in supermarkets. This is against the World Health Assembly rules. Even Nestlé's competitors complained in an unsuccessful attempt at stopping Nestlé from doing this. In South Africa, the Department of Health also told Nestlé it was concerned about the claims it was making on its new labels. Nestlé claims their formula protects babies, yet they are more likely to become sick, and in conditions of poverty, they are more likely to die. Nestlé rejected the Department of Health call that it change its labels, and officials are trying to strengthen the formula marketing laws. Nestlé, the global market leader, drives down standards as other companies try to compete with it. Examples from monitoring conducted by the IBFAN groups around the world are highlighted in the snapshot reports, breaking the rules, stretching the rules. Nestlé is found to be the worst of the companies. In this example from China, Nestlé branded identity bracelets are donated to hospitals for newborn babies. As Nestlé has said, the purpose of the gifts it gives to hospitals and mothers is to keep the company name and products in people's minds. And there is only one Nestlé product relevant to a newborn child: infant formula. The tragic effect of this type of promotion can be seen in a film from UNICEF Philippines called Formula for Disaster. You can watch this online or purchase a DVD at the link babymilkaction.org/shop. Breastfeeding saves lives. Even in the richest countries, breastfed babies are less likely to become sick in the short term and the long term. Formula-fed babies are at a risk because companies refuse to warn parents that powdered formula is not sterile. You would never guess that powdered formula may contain harmful bacteria from the way companies claim it protects and builds the immune system, and the use of pictures of shields and made-up names for ingredients such as Immunofortis. Only now, after years of campaigning by Baby Milk Action and its partners, are some companies starting to revise their instructions to tell parents to use water at a higher temperature, at least 70 degrees C, to kill any bacteria. The formula must then be cooled before being fed. Any leftover formula should be thrown away. In the UK, Baby Milk Action formed a baby feeding law group with health worker associations and mother support groups. We produced a report on behalf of the BFLG when the government was reviewing the regulations for marketing formula. It was called Protecting Breastfeeding, Protecting Babies Fed on Formula. Members of the BFLG were united in calling for the government to bring the law into line with the International Code of Marketing of Breast Milk Substitutes and subsequent relevant resolutions of the World Health Assembly. The government refused to do so. Instead, it followed the company line of doing the minimum possible. Our monitoring reports show why action is so essential. These reports contain examples of company marketing practices. You can find them on the BFLG website, babyfeedinglawgroup.org.uk. They profile the main companies in the UK and the strategies they use. Companies start targeting women even before their babies are born. Advertising and leaflets target pregnant women and new mothers. They encourage them to sign up to receive company materials, visit websites and phone care lines for information on infant care. Mothers are then bombarded with promotional material, such as this leaflet with the logo for Cow and Gate infant formula, received by the mother of a 4-week-old baby. It says, "I'm thinking of getting a t-shirt made. Danger! Sore boobs!" Mothers even report receiving promotional materials when they register the birth of their child. This Cow and Gate pack includes branded postcards to send to relatives. A Cow and Gate baby is born. In the UK, the companies advertise breast milk substitutes suggesting they protect babies like breastfeeding. And in the UK, companies are allowed by the government, but not the code, to advertise follow-on formula. Heinz claims on television that its formula helps nourish, protect and develop your baby. Similar packaging means the adverts promote the full range of formulas. Companies launch new formulas with point-of-sale promotion. This is the Heinz Nurture range. Even the name Nurture hides the fact that infants fed on it are at risk of poorer health than breastfed babies. Companies use health claims to promote their formula, even when these are not supported by scientific evidence or they are prohibited by law, as with the prebiotics claim on Heinz Nurture formula, which it has been told by the authorities to remove. Advertising features in store magazines promote products. Health workers are given branded gifts and invited to events, usually with free food, drinks and presents. All companies claim their formula is better than other brands. They can't all be telling the truth. Promotion to health workers makes claims about research, but independent analysis shows these claims do not stand up. It's not just health workers and campaigners who are concerned about company practices. The United Nations Committee on the Rights of the Child sees failure to regulate these practices as a violation of child rights. In its last report on the UK, the committee said, "The committee, while appreciating the progress made in recent years in the promotion and support of breastfeeding in the state party," that's the UK, "is concerned that implementation of the International Code of Marketing of Breast Milk Substitutes continues to be inadequate and that aggressive promotion of breast milk substitutes remains common. The committee recommends that the state party implement fully the International Code of Marketing of Breast Milk Substitutes." So all we are asking governments to do is to bring laws into line with the minimum standards adopted by the World Health Assembly. Companies should be abiding by these standards even if governments haven't taken action. The aim of the International Code is to contribute to the provision of safe and adequate nutrition for infants by the protection and promotion of breastfeeding and by ensuring proper use of breast milk substitutes when these are necessary on the basis of adequate information and through appropriate marketing and distribution. Doesn't that sound reasonable? But companies and some journalists try to suggest we are militants, forcing mothers to breastfeed against their will. This is part of a company's strategy to discredit us so they can continue with business as usual. But we believe in protecting breastfeeding and protecting babies fed on formula. We believe parents and health workers have a right to accurate, independent information on infant feeding. We believe labels should provide accurate information about composition and how to reduce risk of possible contamination of powdered formula. We call on companies to act responsibly. They don't. We call on the government to implement the international marketing standards. It hasn't. We need your help. If you see cases of company marketing that you think may break the rules, report it. In the UK, you can do this via the site babyfeedinglawgroup.org.uk. Elsewhere in the world, go to ibfan.org. And you can donate on both of these sites to help fund this work. And please add your voice to those calling for our leaders to act. It just takes a few moments to sign the petition at 1millioncampaign.org. If you have already signed, ask your friends and family to do so. Download leaflets and posters from the site to spread the word. Send the link to this film to your email list or download the PowerPoint presentation and text and give the talk yourself at your school, college, mother support group, anywhere you can think of. Governments and companies have ignored the rights of mothers and babies for far too long. 1 million people will be difficult to ignore. Please support the campaign.